Hi, I'm Irene with Cornerstone Christian Counseling, and I am here today with Andi Anderson. She is one of our interns who has now become a new counselor full time with us. Andi, tell us all about you. Why did you decide to get into counseling?
I did not grow up in a home where counseling was really seen as a thing that healthy people do. And I really went through my own experience of therapy where I received deep healing. I opted to go to therapy as kind of a last ditch idea for personal issues that I've been working on and praying over for a very long time. And I received this dramatic healing experience and really felt through that experience God telling me, this is also a tool that I use. This is also a place that I need people. I need people to help others heal their minds. That prayer and spiritual work is important, but I was being called to something different that I had never considered. And psychology had kind of been a long time hobby of mine, and it really felt like God was just telling the story through my life that all came together around this calling to become a therapist and to help people from this different angle. Just like medical doctors can help people,
Yeah.
therapists can help people heal their minds in a very specific way that God values.
I love what you said about, yes, I think often as Christians, we come into, when we're struggling with something, it's like, well, we can just pray more about it or read the Bible and kind of like white knuckle it ourselves. Even with community though, but there is something very different about when you get to that point of, you know what, I need professional help. I need somebody who has that training. And that's one of the things I love about Cornerstone is, and also that faith-based background as well, combining both of them to really dig in deep and get to the root of the problem. So thank you for sharing
Yeah.
kind of the reason why you turned to therapy. Are there certain, certifications and trainings or modalities that you're really focused on or really passionate about?
Yeah. So I really focus on Gottman method therapy, which is really this idea that building up your skills in relationships and spending time together and rebuilding the fun and the strengths in your relationship first are really important for being able to get to those more difficult conflict full parts of your relationship. Yeah, and then EFT it's kind of a flip of Gottman, and I really like it. EFT starts from like the emotional, really deep, difficult places of your relationship and helping you both to be in the emotions together and really hear each other out and then understand your full process of why are we in a cycle that we don't like and how can we recognize it and work to change it. And I really think both Gottman and EFT work better for different people. Gottman works well for people who really need to work on their skill building and relationships and conversations first. And EFT works better for people who need to work on their emotional skills first. And I trend towards Gottman because I have such a heart for the neurodiverse community and for cultural minorities that are coming from a different place. And I think Gottman just does a slightly better job with those kinds of issues.
Interesting. Okay. I was going to say this till the end, but what is a hot tip you have for, let's say, somebody is in a relationship with a neurodivergent partner, or they themselves are neurodivergent?
Yeah.
What are some like quick tips that you could give them to help them with their relationship?
Yeah. The first tip is to not view your partner as an enemy who is trying to hurt you.
Mhm.
Assume good intent. And then if you guys can have curiosity about each other and why you're behaving the way that you are, because while a neurodiverse person seems weird, I guess, they can be labeled as weird to their neurotypical partner. A neurotypical partner feels like that too to the neurodiverse person. Like the things you're doing don't make sense. And it's easy to jump to conclusions about how this person must just not care or they must just not love you because they're expressing their love in different ways. They're reacting to the world in different ways. Their needs don't make sense to you. So a lot of it is about assuming good intent and then understanding, well, if there's good intent here, where is this behavior coming from? What is its purpose? And how can we negotiate around that instead of blaming or shaming each other or criticizing each other's character when none of that is really the base of the problem.
Since you are more focused on relationships and marriages, I'm sure you've seen the ugly side of relationships, like affairs and infidelity. Is it possible to recover from something like that?
Yeah, absolutely it is. So I actually have a couple in my mind that I've worked with where they started out in the affair space and have slowly moved to realizing how much of their story is loving their initial friendship and relationship that they had to start and missing that. And with the person who committed the affair kind of understanding how much difficulty they have with intimacy as a result of their past, and the person who had to go through that with them, their partner, helping them understand that criticism and blame and shame had become a huge part of the relationship. And not that that made that their fault, but there was a dynamic they had created together that kind of became the fertile ground for an affair. And the particular couple I have in mind, they had really moved towards seeking each other and prioritizing intimacy and changing the way that they talk to each other and recognizing the dynamics that they have created together. And that forgiveness process of the affair, when people are ready to move through it, they can often end up stronger afterwards than they were before it happened.
So, for someone who maybe has never gone to therapy before, or maybe they have tried counseling before but didn't have the best of experiences, what would you say to them? What is therapy with you like?
Yeah, I think a lot of people expect that therapy is about fixing people who are broken, and they don't want to come in and be told that they're broken and messed up. I tend to look at people in context. What brought you here? If you're doing something that's not functioning well for you in your life, let's explore why that is. Behavior has a purpose. So it really isn't about fixing anyone. It's more like, have you ever heard the expression that if you're trying to make a carving, like let's say of a horse, it's not about carving a horse, it's about removing all of the wood that isn't horse.
Yes. Okay. I get your analogy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really think I view counseling that way. Is we're not trying to fix or change you. We're trying to find all of the gunk that is attached itself to you and understand your story of how did you get here? How did we get here? And it's not about shame or blame or anyone being broken. It's about understanding the story and then writing a new one together. Okay, here's where you are. Where do you want to go? And how can I help you get there? People are really in charge of their own therapy. I think they come in thinking that therapists just fix them, and we don't. We're really the guides to helping you change in the way that you want to change and that would be beneficial for you and helping you discover even what that is. We have a lot of tools for that. We have experience. We've watched people do that. We know how it works best. But ultimately, it's going to be about you conforming more to the values that you have, that you come into therapy with, and being the person that you want to be that's valuable for you and that functions the best in your life. And none of that is about being broken or messed up. It's about becoming more who God made you to be in the first place.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. If you guys would like to meet Andi, I have her link to her bio down in the description. We would love to see you and help you to heal, thrive, and grow. Thanks, everyone.